Hey, y'all. Hey. What is going on? What is going on? Give me just a few seconds. I need to make sure my lighting is right and everything is connected. So give me a second and I'll be right back. Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome. We are live. And thank you guys so much for giving me the 30 minutes to get myself together. Thank you for giving me grace and holding space for me tonight. So tonight, without further ado, we're going to hop right on into it. I know that quite a few of you guys have, let me go ahead and mute all distractions. But quite a few of you guys have reached out to me today via social media or through my cell phone contact, those of you that have it, and asked me about if I was going live tonight. So clearly, everybody's views, everybody's attention, all the things are being impacted. So a lot of people are having suppressed views. So if you guys see my live on any platform, see my information, make sure you engage with it, because I would hate for you guys to miss all the amazing and dynamic information that I give you guys on a weekly basis. I would love to have you in the room with me. But nevertheless, we're going to go ahead and get started. So tonight we have an amazing topic that we're going to share. And I know this is something that a lot of people struggle with right now. A lot of people struggle with trying to figure out how to stand out, how to be different, how to position themselves in a way that they're no longer being overlooked. And it's crazy we're having this conversation tonight, because I was just having this conversation with a couple of my business I call them business partners, because we talk about business together. But everybody wants to figure out how to go from overlooked to in demand, because if you're taking your time, you're putting all your information out there. And you guys, let me know if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I didn't even have my good mic on tonight, so let me know if the sound quality is okay. Hey friend, hey. One thing, let me tell y'all something. If you are in Mississippi, I don't care where you are, but go check out my friend Jeff. Jeff is a dynamic pastor, man of God. And so I would like for you guys to tap in with him if you have not already. But make sure that when you are following people and they are leading you, make sure they're not leading you astray. All right. Okay, so we are now live. We are recording. All right, so we're going to talk about tonight how to go from overlooked to in demand. I'm going to give you a few strategies that you can use in your business to go from irresistible. Go from just being overlooked to irresistible in your brand. And I want you guys to understand how important this is to stand out to your target audience, people that you really want to do business with and people that you really want to bring into your fold. So you guys know when I get on something, I really get on it. For me, branding has really evolved my business to the place where it is now. And I feel like the evolution of my business, my brand, who I am, has always been centered around helping other people. But now I think it's more so around me helping people that are in business, standing up for people that feel like they don't have a voice and being that resource for people. I know I was created to be a light, and I'm going to let my little light shine everywhere I go. But now I feel like I have helped so many business owners that for me to continue on to do what I do, I have to continue to stay educated on all the things that can help you guys to evolve, because it's helping me to evolve. So tonight, without further ado, welcome to the webinar. That was just the introduction. I'm so glad you decided to join me tonight. I have multiple going on in here. So if you don't see me making eye contact here, I'll make eye contact with somebody else. I'm a luxury brand strategist and photographer. And for those of you that know me, or maybe you don't, I've dedicated my career to helping professionals, business owners, entrepreneurs, CEOs, no matter what industry field you're in. I can help you to be the best you can be by either helping you with a brand strategy, helping you to get out there in front of the right people, or helping you just to elevate your business and your brand to the point where you're able to scale and grow, because nobody wants to be in business to just be giving away. You're not a nonprofit. And let's be clear, nonprofits make money too. Okay. So my business is geared around helping people, entrepreneurs, professionals over the age of 35, to create cohesive and compelling personal brands. So you want something that's going to resonate with people. And it also helps you to attract the right people that you should be doing business with. It helps you to attract the ideal clientele. And it helps you to take things to the space where people know that they are supposed to be doing business with you, or they know that they're supposed to be working with you. So today we have a few things to cover. We're going to dive deep in the topic of going from being overlooked to becoming highly, highly, highly in demand. And I'll show you exactly how to position your brand so that it becomes irresistible to your ideal clients. And by the end of this session, you'll have strategies that you can use to elevate your brand and start attracting the clients, business owners, professionals, entrepreneurs, or whoever your target audience is. And they'll be excited to work with you. So here we go. First things up, we're going to talk about the power of positioning. When you put yourself in a position as a brand owner, entrepreneur, leader, you have to show them that you are the solution. People want to understand that you have their best interests at heart. They can trust you. And what you're telling them is going to help them, because let's be honest, people don't follow people that they don't respect. So if they're respecting you enough to follow you, it's your duty to put people in a position to feel secure. Not saying you have to hold them down like a seatbelt, but you need to make people feel secure in what you're telling them, what you're sharing with them, what they're showing you. Because a lot of people, they get to a point where they're vulnerable and they don't know how to reach out because they're afraid of being judged, or they feel like they're going to be treated a certain way if they share certain things. But I said all that to say this: you want to make people feel comfortable with you. I know for me in my business and my brand, being comfortable and being that space of comfort and protection for my clients is something I kind of just I hold that near and dear to my heart, because a lot of these clients that come to me, they haven't had a photo shoot in a long time, or they haven't ever had a professional photo shoot. Let's be clear. Or it's been since high school, or it's been since they got married. And so a lot of them, they are a little apprehensive to get in front of the camera. One, they've gained weight. Two, they've lost weight. Two, they don't feel good about their body. They don't feel good about who they have become. So they let all of that stuff show in their face. And so it's my duty to hold space and give grace to these people, because people are fighting battles that you have no idea about. I put myself in here. Like, I have been very vulnerable about my cancer diagnosis after, God healed me, because I had to make sure that I had a testimony when I came and told y'all the test I went through. When I got diagnosed with cancer, a whole lot of people didn't know. Like, I continued to go to work. And I remember having my schedule where when I got off work, I would go to the cancer treatment center and I would get whatever they was trying to give me, because I was like, God has already healed me. I don't even know why I'm coming over here. They probably think I'm crazy, but whatever. Because I knew God had healed me. I knew. And so when I told the doctor that, even he looked at me crazy. And I said, God is going to show you. And I kept saying that. And I just refused to believe that that was going to be the end of my life. I didn't believe that. And I'm like, I told God, I was like, hey, You have brought me through so much. I refuse to believe that you're going to put me in a position where you're going to end my life with this cancer. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't believe it. I never accepted the fact that I had cancer. But during the process, you get to a point where you have to have people around you that you can trust, people that you can just be yourself with. You can be yourself around. And I remember one of the first things that they told me when I went to the cancer treatment center was, how is everything working out for you at home? Are you happy at home? Do you feel comfortable? Are you safe at home? Because a lot of people, they don't feel safe, whether that's from themselves or other people that they live with. And so for them to say that, that meant a lot. And I was like, yeah, you know, I am in a very loving relationship. At the time, I hadn't married my husband, but he had moved here to be here with me and to walk me through this process. And I was like, yeah, I do feel loved at home. And so I think in that instant, everything changed, because not only did I feel secure with them, because they let me know from the beginning, hey, we have your back and we're looking out for you. But they also let me know that they had his back too. They was like, everybody that's taking care of you, let us know who they are. We want to do something nice for them, because everybody knows when you are a caregiver and you're working and helping people that need your assistance and they rely on you, that's a lot of work. It takes a lot to take care of people. And so mentally, it's a lot. Emotionally, it's a lot. Physically, it's a lot. My cancer, you didn't see it on the outside. Like, my cancer spread to 3 different spots after they took my thyroid out. And so just dealing with that mentally, like, I go back to, had my faith not been so strong in God, I probably would have gave up. And everybody knows, if you're a believer or not, wherever your mind goes, your body follows. And so I kept telling myself, I'm coming over here, but this is not what they're telling me. I'm not believing this. I'm not buying into this. I don't believe it. I'm not claiming it. You can't see anywhere. You can go back, 10 years and look, how many times did I say I'm fighting cancer? None, because God had already fought it. How many times did I say, oh, I'm sick of doing this treatment? None, because I didn't look at it like that. It's all about your mindset. And so if you're positioning yourself as the solution that people need, they're going to be more apt to deal with you. They're going to be more apt to saying, you know what, I can trust this person with whatever the thing is. It's not just about, do they trust you enough to get the money, but do they trust you enough to continue to do business with you? Because when you put your name on something, that's your reputation. And I don't care how many clients love you, mess up with them one time, mess up with one person, and they go write a bad Google review about you. Everybody gonna forget everything you did, and they gonna have a little trail of followers that's gonna be like, oh yeah, he pissed me off about this, and she pissed me off about that, and I didn't like when she did this, and I didn't like when she did that. But at the end of the day, are you really putting yourself in a position for you to win, or is it for everybody to win? It shouldn't always be about what you can get out of somebody, but what you can do for them, because we are put on earth to give and to help and to lend and to be that voice of reason for other people. So it's not all about give me, but what can you give? What can you provide? What can you share? It may even be a word. I remember going through, like I said, the whole process. And sometimes I would just get online and just see what other people were saying. And they had no idea when I was on there posting some of the most strongest words for people, I was going through cancer. And that was just crazy. I remember I had one friend, and the whole time I had cancer, I never cried. Like, I never cried until the one day it was my birthday. And I remember, and my friend Shola, shout out to Shola, he was like, oh my gosh, he was so amazing to me. He was the friend that I could be like, I'm so sick of going to this doctor. But he would always pray for me and pray with me. And he only knew it because we worked at Chase together. And I had shared that with him. One day he called me and asked me what was going on. And I was like, I'm at the cancer treatment center. He was like, what? And so I told him about what was going on. But he ended up like literally sticking there. And he never shared my business online. The only thing he said, I have a very near and dear friend to me. And if I can find that clip, I'll share that with you guys. But he said, I have a very near and dear friend to me that's going through a very traumatic situation, and it's her birthday, and it's cancer. And at this time, the cancer had just spread, because mind you, let's go back to November of 2014. The cancer had just spread. I had just had my surgery, and I had just been diagnosed in September, October. And I remember just sitting in my car after a treatment, and he called me, and I had told him, I was like, this is absolutely crazy. Like, I don't believe God brought me this far for this to be my end. I was like, I have so much to share. And so I started immediately going into overdrive about how I can beat this. What am I supposed to do? And I remember God just telling me, just chill out. I got it. And from that point on, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take my hand off of it. I'm going to stop saying it. I'm going to stop mentioning it. And I remember the day they told me that, like my whole life changed. And I told God that day, I was like, I'm not believing this. And I remember sitting outside on the bench, and I was telling God, I said, if you allow me to beat this, I will use my voice, and I will minister to other people, and I will talk to other people, and I will tell them about everything you've done for me to bring me through it. And everywhere I go, every stage I get on, every place I go that I am able to tap in to tell people how good God is, I'm going to do it. I do it on my podcast. I do it on my page. I don't care. I'm going to do it in the Starbucks where the people don't really want to hear about God. You're going to hear it anyway if I'm in there. We're going to talk about it on the plane. We're going to talk about it in the MX Lounge. Wherever I am, we're going to talk about the Lord, okay? Because God is good. And had he not done what he said he was going to do, had he not tapped into the promises that he gave me when I was a little girl, when I was 5 years old, and I knew I had a fight on my life, I probably wouldn't be sitting here. So I dare not get anywhere and think that I am above giving God his glory and his praise. So now that we done had a whole worship for tonight, let's get back into establishing yourself as the power position player holder that you should be. Putting yourself out there is not easy. I remember when I first decided that I wanted to go live more and I wanted to do this more, I remember saying, oh, but what if they judge me? I'm so country. And then my cousin was like, oh, well, you can turn it off and you can turn your Valley Girl voice on. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not me. Like, I know how to talk where I need to talk when I need to talk that way. But I want to be me. And that was another reason why, for those of you that don't know, I left corporate America and I decided to bet on myself because God has given me everything I needed to be great. And I think corporate was a crutch for me. It was also a roadblock. It was a stepping stone, and then it became a roadblock, and then it became a hindrance from me walking into my purpose. And so for me, being able to get away from having to be somebody that I'm not, oh my God, it was such a glorious feeling to like just let go of that, because I know God has put so much into me. And for me to be able to share my story with other people, that's why I'm here. So when you find out what your purpose is, nothing else matters. I promise you, God will always make a way. God gonna send the people, God gonna send the clients, God gonna send whatever you need to put you in a position to let you know that he is the source and the resource. And so I'm just honored just to be in the position I am now where I can hire people. I'm honored that I can be the CEO that I know I was created to be. So let me get off my soapbox and hop back in here. That's the way you guys need to be looking at things when you are doing business. Like, put yourself in a position where make the client your hero, but you can be their guided resource. You can be the guide. And I'm taking a page out of Donald Miller's book. You can always be the guide. Let your client be the hero. Focus on your niche. Do you have a niche? Have you sat down and thought about who you should be communicating with? One of the biggest mistakes I see is trying to talk to everybody. You can't appeal to everybody. I said, it's like throwing spaghetti against the wall to see what sticks. Everybody is not your client. Just because they're watching you, that does not mean that they're going to be a customer for you. They may be the vessel that God is using to bring you that person, because you never know who's connected to who. The truth is, when you try to speak to everybody, you end up resonating with no one. And that's a waste of everybody's time. It's a waste of your time creating presentation. It's a waste of your time creating content. Just stop wasting your time, because your time is so precious. So precious. Being given a second chance at life, you start looking at things different, and you start to see, okay, well, this don't make sense. Let me stop wasting time with this. Let me get rid of this because this is not helping me to grow. Let me get rid of this person, because not that I'm throwing them in the garbage, but when God is taking you to another level in your life, some conversations, some relationships, they don't need to exist. They just really don't. Not saying that they're a bad person and they don't deserve your space, but sometimes you have to cut family members off because they are damaging to you, your mindset, your mental health, all of this stuff. I know I wasn't even trying to be preaching tonight, but God is just bringing it out of me. I'm trying you see, I'm trying to stay focused on a point, but God got something else he wants me to talk about. And it's just so much that I want to share with people. And it's just, God, just lead me. And so I feel like you have to put yourself in a position to show up and show out for who you're supposed to be there for. So I'm trying to put it back together, friend. I'm trying to pull it together. So when you think about this, think about being very specific will help you to show up and show out for the right audience. It establishes you as the expert in your field, in your industry, in whatever you're doing in life. Think about brands like Apple. And y'all know I'll say Apple all the time because I am a Apple girl. Shout out to Cassandra because she coming on over to the Apple side. I'm just playing. She's an Android girl. I'm not gonna convince her yet, but I wish she would, because I need her to share her location with me. Inside joke. But yeah, think about Apple, Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, all of these brands. They don't try to be everything for everyone. They know their lane and they get in it, like my mentor Sue Bryce says, and they drive fast. When you know who you're supposed to be talking to and who you're supposed to be dealing with, it helps you to eliminate the noise, right? Get in your lane and drive. Get in your lane and make a difference. And then you'll get to where you need to go faster. So they have mastered the art of serving their specific audience. And it shows that they are in demand, because the people that, and this is no shade to any brand, but people that like Walmart are not going to necessarily be, what's some people name? Dillard's or Macy's people, right? They're going to be hanging around this area. They know who they're talking to. They know who want the less working on a rollback, prices going down. They know who they talking to, right? But when you go to Target, it's a different experience. Target gonna have a little popcorn in the front. I don't know about y'all's, but my Target has a Pizza Hut and a Starbucks. So it depends on where you are in your business, in your brand, and who you're trying to talk to. That lets you know how you need to be marketing to them. For me, I know that I am not one of these photographers, and I see a lot of people tagging me and stuff. And while I love it, I love y'all tagging me and stuff. But if these people are asking you for an affordable photographer, I am not affordable. I am not the person for you. And I am clear in my messaging, and I'm clear in my marketing. My stuff is for people that value photography. You value a different experience. You value premiere experiences. And so I would be a disservice to even get on a phone call with them, knowing that they're looking for something $200, $500. I don't have anything at that price point. I really don't. And I'm not trying to be funny when I say it, but I know who I'm talking to. And so I don't get offended when, people say, oh, that's expensive. It's not, though. It's what you value. Because depending on what you value, that's where because like me, I love jewelry. I love all the beautiful things. I'm going to spend money on things that I find value. You may not value photography, so you won't spend the money on that. But I do have clients that are like, okay, Angelia, how can I pay you? It's a different scenario. It's like oil and water. So be clear on who you're talking to and make no apologies for being direct about who you want to do business with, because it's going to save you a lot of headache. It's going to save you a lot of trauma. Because a lot of times when you have to bend and mold yourself and put yourself in a position to try to be everything for everybody, you end up burning out. That's where anxiety comes in. That's where depression comes in. That's where you get to a point where you feel like, okay, I have given all that I could give to this person, and it's still not enough. I've been there. Before I changed my, them pigeons are aggressive over here. Before I changed my business to the point where I was very specific and honed in, I started to get an influx of everything. So being that person trying to serve everybody to get into the point where now I don't want more than 2 clients a week. I don't, because of everything that I put into my clients. Do you know how long it takes me to serve one client? I spend about 30 hours per client. And I'm talking about that's from consultation, that's from design, that's from everything that goes on behind the scenes that people don't even see. If they order an album, that takes time. I can't just say, oh, let me just throw these images. It has to be strategic because you're trying to tell a story. And so something my grandmother told me a long, long time ago, if you're going to do something, do it right. If I'm putting my name on it, it has to be right. And if it's not right, I will close shop in a minute, because what you will not do is ruin my name, and you will not ruin my reputation. So before I will put myself in that position, I will bow out, my dear, and bid you an adieu. But when it comes to me being in business and doing what is supposed to be done, that's the only way I know how to roll. So if it's not right, I can't do it. I can't collaborate with everybody because everybody don't have the same heart as me. And I remember praying a couple years ago, and I was like, God, like, I need more people around me. He was like, no, you don't. He was like, your heart is too big. You cannot be connected to everybody. And it was like clear as day the way he talks to me. And me hearing that made me know that just because people come into my life, they're not meant to stay. Some people are there for and I'm not even trying to quote Tyler Perry, but it is so fitting for what I'm trying to say. Everybody that comes into your business is not going to be a customer. Everybody that comes into your business may not even be a client, because you know there is a difference. There's a difference. A customer is there for the transaction. A client is there to do business with you. And some people thank you with cards and gifts and all of those things. Some people thank you with a paycheck. What's more important to you? You can't feed your baby with no gift card. I mean, you might if you get one from Target or from Chick-fil-A or something like that, but you can't feed your baby with a thank you. So you have to make up in your mind what's more important to you: a client for the day, a client for life, or a customer for the day. We're gonna move on. All right. So we talked about lack of clarity. Lack of clarity is what's going to keep you in the driver's seat. Stop giving your driver's seat to things that don't make sense. Okay. So you need to have a crystal clear value proposition. And I know we talked a lot about brand stories on, the weeks prior, because a lot of people, they still haven't done that. Because when they reach out to me, they're asking me questions and they want to know about how I do things, and they want to know about how, it looks to work with me. And if you're a business owner, the first thing I'm going to ask you, okay, who are you talking to? Who is your business for? And when they can't tell me that, I know that they haven't done the groundwork. So if you hear me reiterate something that we have talked about a couple of weeks before, or it's something that I've talked about on my podcast, it's because I'm constantly having a new influx of people, whether they meet me at networking events. And you guys know I am a networking princess, honey. I'm going to be out there. But I try to put myself in a position where I'm always adding value. I don't care where you see me. I'm going to give you value. So you want to make sure you're crystal clear on your value proposition, how you can add value to that client. When they go to your website, it should be obvious that they should be doing business with you or not. Or not. When you go to my website, you don't see nothing for $100. You don't see nothing that say, oh, go ahead and book your session today. It says, let's book a consultation. Because I know where I am in my business and where I'm trying to take my business and my brand. Everybody is not my customer. So that's why I don't allow people to book on my website. You have to be clear with who you're talking to. That way, when people come to you, there's no mistake that, oh my gosh, this person can help me. Like, I know if I need t-shirts, I go to Cassandra. right? Because she has a dynamic brand. And for me, I'm all about the way things feel. I love the look and I love the aesthetics. So if you don't have all of those things when it comes to a brand, case in point, this shirt I have on right now, right? I ordered this from the Little People because I wanted embroidery. No, Cody. I wanted embroidery, right? Cassandra doesn't do embroidery. So me going to her saying, oh, girl, I need these shirts embroidered. That's not her target. So that will be a waste of my time and hers because that's not what she does. And that's not who she's talking to. She does something totally different. So when I went and got these shirts, this is one of the shirts that I absolutely hate, but I put it on because it was a networking day and it don't matter. But, and it's two reasons. One, the material. I like my material to have a certain feel. It's just like when I eat certain foods, like for a long time, I couldn't eat avocados because I didn't like the texture. But everybody knows that after 5 to 10 years, your taste buds change. So I used to hate cherries. Now I love them. Things change, people change, but that green is going to stay the same. Okay. So just put yourself in a position where when you're marketing, everything makes sense, it's clear, the clarity is there, and people don't have to wonder when they go to your website, is this the person I should be doing? But now I have seen websites where people would have a whole bunch of stuff going on there, and you like, okay, what does she even do? I was talking to one of my friends earlier today, and I was telling her, she was like, but do you know what this person does? I said, I don't. I said, we've been in a group with this lady for over a year, and I still have no clue what she does. Because when she goes live, I don't know what she's talking about, right? And I follow her, but it's a whole bunch of stuff. And so until you get clarity, you can't get the check. Know who you're talking to, boo. Okay? All right, next thing. Mistake number 2, because we just went through the lack of clarity. So let's talk about inconsistent messaging. And I jumped ahead a little bit when I started talking about putting your stuff on your website. But a lot of people, they're not consistent. If your brand is different on each platform, people are going to be confused. You cannot be over here saying, I make books and albums on Facebook, but on Instagram, you over here dancing with the stars and nothing has to do with either one. Who are you talking to? Consistent. That's the quote. Sometimes I be rhyming like, if this photography thing don't work out, I'm probably gonna be like a comedian or something. I'm gonna have my spinoff as as a rapper. I'm gonna be a rapper in my 40s. Ha! But no, seriously though, you have to. People lose trust when they show up as something different on every platform, because now I don't know what to call you for. I don't. I had somebody to reach out to me the other day about working with me, because you guys know I had been looking for a professional virtual assistant, somebody that can handle working with me. I am high energy, and I can't do people that aren't consistent. I can't do it if you're not professional. Let me run y'all through this. So one of the ladies that reached out to me, and I know people try to connect with me because of my faith. I had one to reach out to me and was like, I'm an evangelist for the Lord. Okay, but I get that. I appreciate that. But what can you do for Angelia Malbrook in this season? And she was like, oh, I can be your VA. And I'm like, okay, well, tell me about your skills. And then she just started rambling. It was a whole bunch of stuff and it just didn't make sense. And I'm like, let me go look, because this was through a message. So I went and looked at this social media. It ain't nothing on that social media that say nothing about no VA. Nothing. I was like, okay, this is not going to be the one. You have to keep going. And she was like, well, who do you serve? Who are your clients? I'm sorry, sweetheart. Are you asking me the questions? You told me you could help me. Now I have to go into a whole interview process with you and granted, we both interviewing each other in the interview, but this was pre-interview. And I'm like, you didn't even do your research to figure out who my clients are before coming over here saying that you can help me as a VA. Because my people have to be able to research stuff. You can't call me if I'm on this 7-city tour asking me, oh, Angelia, What do I say to this client about XYZ? Baby, we got SOPs over here. We got things together. I have videos to tell people this is how you do this. And I even, in my interview process, one of the questions that I asked my intended assistants was, how do you learn? Because people don't ask you that in interviews. They just throw a whole bunch of stuff at you and you don't know what's going to work with you if you don't know your learning style. And they don't know either because they haven't taken the time to ask that. Because I'm a project management girly and because I love analytics and I like to see how things work, for me, if you're going to come in to work with me, I need to know how you work the best. If you are a person that say, Angelia, you know what? I don't need you hand holding me. Give me some videos or let me go watch some tutorials or something that you have done. Or matter of fact, I don't even learn like that. I learn by written. Give me some SOPs, let me read them and I got it. Some people are visual learners. Like me, I'm very visual. You can call me all day long and have a whole bunch of rambling stuff to tell me. But until you show me, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm just going to be, yep, you're right, girl. You're absolutely right. Yep. Because that's the way I learn. When you are an artist or creative, we learn different. Some people learn by listening. I got a book over here that I absolutely love. I started reading it. But the way my life is set up right now, I need something on Audible. Shout out to Amazon. Because Audible, when I go to bed at night, after I talk to the Lord, you know what I go to bed listening to? People talking about marketing. People talking about branding. People talking about businesses. That's what I listen to when I go to bed at night. Because I got I got an eye mask and it got Bluetooth in it. They did something. They did that. They did. I'm telling you, they did something. And so that's what I do. And even in my car, like if I'm not listening to the word or if I'm not listening to the Lord talk to me about something, if I ain't got, listen to Tires and Road and the Lord, you know what I'm listening to? Podcasts. I don't have time for the foolishness. Like all of this stuff that they putting out on the airways now, it is not of God and it's definitely not going to be playing in my ears because you got to protect all the gates to your soul. Here we go back on this word again. I don't know what the Lord doing tonight, but we really talking about the Lord real heavy tonight, but it's okay. But putting yourself in a place where you are consistently messaging and communicating to the people that you want to do. Now, I ain't talking about the people who want to do business with you, the ones you want to do business with. It's going to help you to stand out against the crowd and everybody else that's out here fighting for their attention. Let's see what else I want to tell y'all. Oh, okay. So we got to talking about the different platforms, right? So people that follow me on Facebook are going to get a totally different message than they get on LinkedIn, right? On Facebook, we're going to be over here kicking. I'm going to have a good time over there. I'm going to share a few jokes. I'm going to share the word. On LinkedIn, it's more buttoned up and all astute, right? But on Instagram, you might see photos, you might see videos, you might even see my last trip because I've done a reel. Know your audience and know what works for them. When you look at my different platforms, I get the most engagement. Listen, get this, check this now. I get the most engagement on Facebook, right? Facebook also pays me, which is another reason we're streaming live on Facebook. They also pay me. They cut the check every month. Okay. Instagram. I have over 21,000 followers on Instagram. It is absolutely no value to my life. None. They like to look at stuff. On Instagram, they want you to show them. On TikTok, they want you to sit down and have a conversation with them and tell them. On Facebook, they want to watch you do it. See the difference? I'm teaching and preaching at the same time. Y'all see the difference? So when you are positioning yourself on each platform, make sure you're able to speak directly to that audience. I don't expect to book people from Instagram because I don't. I have booked 5-figure clients from Facebook and I didn't do anything. Somebody tagged me in posts or I posted my work or I said something about a client experience. That's the difference. I don't care about what's going on Instagram. I might show up over there. I might not. when Facebook got serious with me and started saying, hey, Angelia, you are ready to monetize. Go ahead and put your PayPal in there. I was like, okay, we're going to be over here hanging out. And so that goes to show, go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. You don't have to do business with people that are not trying to actively do business with you. I've seen so many creators I don't know if you guys have seen it, but over the last few weeks, crying online, talking about their engagement is down, their views are down, everything is down. People are telling me that they haven't seen my stuff in weeks. And I'm like, you're going to have to continue to go back and engage with it. But if you're talking about Instagram, I ain't even been over there. They was like, yeah, we're not seeing your stuff no more. We're not seeing your lives. We're not seeing nothing. I was like, well, typically I don't go live on Instagram because that's just not my platform. My people are on Facebook, LinkedIn, and now YouTube. YouTube will also cut the check. Did y'all know that? Get consistent. You'll get paid. You don't have to be out here doing nothing you don't want to do, but be consistent. Okay? Mistake number 3, failing to position themselves as a solution. I'm going to let y'all sit in it for a minute. Just a second. Just a second. Because if you're not positioning yourself as the person that they should be doing business with, you're going to continue to get overlooked. You're going to get overlooked. When I got serious about my brand and I said, you know what? I love glamour. I love photographing couples. I love photographing bourgeois. Now, y'all know I don't do that risky stuff because I'm for the Lord. Yeah. But what I will do is tastefully imply. Okay. But here's the thing. I love photographing all of that stuff. But what has been resonating with me and my clients lately is branding. I'll do a headshot. Don't really care nothing about it. But you tell me, Angelia, let's go do a personal branding session. I'm there for you. Let's go. Because I have an opportunity, and this has been my prayer for a long time. God put me in a position where I can feed families. By any way you do it, I'll be satisfied. And so me being able to help you to elevate your brand, elevate your business, that's putting food on your table. That's feeding your kids. So that's a prayer answer. And I'm trying not to get emotional here, but God has been answering my prayers. Everything that I have asked of him, he has done. I asked him to guide me on this journey from being somebody's employee to being somebody's employer. He's done that. And if y'all go look at Threads, and I ain't just telling y'all to get off now, but later when we get off, go look at that post that I made about I'm building out my team. The first one, not the second one, the first one. And I said, I need XYZ, right? Got a ton of traction. And this was before I left corporate. But when I came back, and I know God was telling me you need to build your team, and he was saying, and I shared this with a couple of people that's in the yes, I shared this with a couple of people that are actually watching live right now. And I said, y'all get y'all nephew. I ain't say that, but Cody is on another level. He needs to be on somebody's altar. Jeff, you need to pray for your nephew Cody. But anyway, I told him, I was like, God told me to build my team. And I was like, God, build my team. Damn. He said, build your team. This was before I left. And I put the post out, got a ton of people, right? But I came back and I said, you know what? This is what I need. God ended up sending me a dynamic videographer that will be able to travel with me, which is something that I've been saying that I wanted to add to my business. God has opened doors for me to work with the right people, because that has been my prayer. And I even posted that on Tanika's page this morning. I said she posted something about God putting you in the right rooms or something. But I said I have been very, very, very intentional with my prayers, because, you know, it's power in the tongue. And so I was saying that God placed me in the right rooms and connect me with the right people. But not only that, reveal to me who is supposed to be in my life and who is not. Oh, Father, when you pray that, you better be ready. You better be ready, because when I tell you, God will put you in a place where Why am I preaching tonight? God will put you in a place where you have to second guess your entire surrounding. Some of the stuff that I have seen this week alone had me ready to go pull this wig off and go lay down. You hear me? When I tell you the difference in God putting you in a position to just get paid versus being in a position around people that mean you good and those that don't, it's mind changing. It's mind blowing. And going through that has really put me in a position where I appreciate loyalty. I've always appreciated it, but now I was telling Arnitra earlier, I don't want to be in a room or around people that I can't be myself. If I can't let my guard down around you, I can't be around you, because that means I don't trust you. And trust comes big to me. Loyalty and integrity is huge in my book. And if you don't have that, I just can't. I'm going to love you though, because the Lord said I got to, but I ain't got to like your ways. So putting yourself in that position where you are not only being a solution, but you're consistent, makes people trust you more. It makes people know that this is not just a person I trust, but it's a brand I trust. Get you some loyal people around you. Like I said, I don't know why the Lord got me preaching tonight, but it is what it is. And I said earlier, guide me, use me. I pray before I came in here. I pray before I hit the live thing. But the way God is talking to me and through me right now, I'm trying my best to stay focused. So y'all deal with me. Bear with me. But clearly somebody needs to hear what I have to say. Somebody needs to hear what I'm saying. And I'm sure that it's resonating with more people than just one. So I try to listen to God's guidance. And it's crazy that I have never had him to talk so loudly to me during a live in my life. This is a different live, for real. For real. But back to the thing. I'm trying to stay on topic, y'all. But people are looking for somebody who can solve their pain points. Are you that person? It may be time to pivot and shift. I know for me, I had a conversation with, and I got a lot of mentors because I need something for this, and this. Everybody can't handle everything, right? So I was talking to one of my mentors in Australia on Monday, and I had been feeling like it was time for a shift. So, you know, God always puts you in a position where you have to move before you really start moving. And I know, Arnitra, I know what you over there hollering, girl, real G's move in silence. But look, I'm not about to tell nothing tonight. But what I'm about to say is this: God will make you start moving before it's time for you to start moving, because you don't understand it. You can't see his ways, and you can't see where he's taking you. But when he told me to build my team, and I started to do that, and I started putting myself in a position where I could solve different problems, and my business started to shift, I was like, but God, I love this. He was like, this is not that. This is not that. It's time to pivot and shift. And so me connecting with this person, and I'm not going to call her name on here because I just need to say this. So she positioned me in doing something that helped to transform my business from one aspect to another, where it made me look at things that I was doing in my business that made me want to change and evolve. And so now, me moving closer to who I'm supposed to be doing business with, oh, it's a glorious feeling. It's just different. And you don't have to worry about certain things. You don't have to be concerned about the way certain people ghost you when it's time to pay invoices. First of all, let's talk about that. One thing I typically don't do is send out an invoice. We take payments over the phone. If you are serious about doing business with me, let's go ahead and do it. Now, if you're in a situation where you're saying, oh, Angelia, can you just go ahead and send it? I don't have my card with me right now, or something like that. Because typically when we have that first consultation, people that want to book with me, they book with me right then and there. They don't have to think about it. So by the time they get to me, they are clear. Angelia, I want to do business with you. I don't care how much it costs. And that's just the way it is. And so if they say, girl, I want to work with you, but I need a payment plan. Okay, let's work that out because Afterpay got your back. I don't do in-house payment plans anymore because, and I'm just going to say it because Isadine was my grandma and whatever came up, came out. And I'm just going to tell you the truth. People that look like me ruined me when it came to doing in-house payment plans. It became the biggest headache of my life. So when I decided, and this is not saying other races and stuff don't do it, but they didn't do it to me. So this is my experience personally. But I felt that I had to do something different for me because I shouldn't have to keep running you down. I don't like that. I don't like that. I have always been a person, I'm going to ask you one time. That's it. Because we already had this conversation. We had the dialogue. Why do I have to keep begging you for money that you're supposed to be paying me? That because if you're doing that in the beginning, it's going to be a hard time throughout this whole process. And me and you need to work together. And if this is not for you right now, it's okay. Just come back when you got it. But don't be stressing me out over here telling me that you're going to do X, Y, Z and you don't. Because I don't roll like that. Because if I feel like I live my life with integrity, you can trust me when the door closes, right? I might not like everything you do, but you can trust me. I'm trustworthy. People trust me with their kids because that's who I am. Like, I'm going to love them kids like they mine. I'm going to tell them about themselves if they in here cutting up. But I'm going to lovingly correct them because I don't believe in hurting nobody's feelings or nothing like that. But when it comes to doing business, the business Angelia and the Kiki on Facebook Angelia is two totally different people. I don't play about my money because now you mess with my livelihood in my household. And when you become a full-time entrepreneur, you can't play with your livelihood. You can't. Kiki time is one thing, but my business is a totally different thing. I don't play by my business because this has my name and my reputation attached to it. And like my daddy and my grandma always used to say, once you ruin your name, what can people trust about you? Because now they can't even trust you. So, are you solving their pain points? They don't want just a nice logo. And they sick of y'all with these AI pictures too, because somebody told me that. I had somebody reach out to me to work with me the other day, sent me a whole resume, Jesus, in the inbox. I still don't know who this was. You know why? Because they got a cartoon as their profile picture. Everything on their social media was was Mickey Mouse. You hear me? And when I say Mickey Mouse, I'm talking about cartoon. I don't know why I'm so out here tonight, but hey, I think Arnitra's and Cassandra today, I can't talk to them before now, another live. Talking to them and praying before I came in here is just making me somebody. Angie Nash, and I came back, okay? In a good way. But seriously, like, they don't want just a fancy logo. They don't want you having a cute website, but you ain't got no substance. What are you giving to these people? I've seen people with really nice websites with horrible attitudes. I've seen people with horrible branding, but they meant well, you know? They just didn't have anybody to help them. And so I feel like establishing myself as the guide in their life, I'm helping them to evolve and I'm helping them to elevate and I'm helping them to brand properly. Because let's be clear, everybody wasn't given the talk that this is not okay. People messed around and seen them little games on Facebook and they started using them pictures as their profile pictures. Ain't nobody. See, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but y'all made me cut up today. I wasn't gonna say nothing about them AI pictures, but Cassandra and they can't trust that. Okay, you showing up on my timeline with this AI picture, and then you come into this networking event, and I'm like, who is that? Because I don't even know you. I had this one lady, she was like, we friends on Facebook. And I said, we are? She was like, yes, my name was such and such. I said, oh, okay. And then so me, I'm analytical. I gotta go check it out. Yes, sick of it. I had to go check it out. Like when we stopped talking, I was like, who is girl? That ain't even, ma'am. Get that down. Get get that picture down. That was a game. That was not meant to be your profile picture. That was not meant to be who you are representing as the business owner that you said. And now you over here telling people that you're getting people millions and millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you're using AI as your profile picture. We feel like you a scam. You scamming. Like the little girl said out over here at the store, you scamming my mouse. Are you scamming? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. It's too many people getting scammed right now. And it's too many people that are dedicating their hard-earned money to do business with you. And you are not even showing up as the person that you're supposed to be. I look at it like this. If you're gonna put something out there, do it right. Do it right. I understand that everybody cannot come work with the Angelia Malcolm. I get it. I get it. I get it. But get somebody that's professional. Get somebody that's going to do right by you. You should not pay your money to people and they have you out here looking confused and discombobulated in the internet streets because this stuff lives on. You can take it down, but if you post this, somebody screenshot it. I guarantee it. If Facebook start telling people who's screenshotting stuff, y'all gonna be mad. And you're not gonna be mad at me because I done told y'all, because AI is coming. Because if you go to your little search bar right now, what y'all see? The AI searching. Go to them comments on some of them threads y'all be reading. What you see? What AI said? Oh, the people in the comments felt that she was such and such and she was such and such. It's gonna give you a whole synopsis so you ain't read none of them comments. AI is taking over, but don't let it take over your business and your brand, please. Use ChatGPT liberally. Don't let Midjourney and none of these other people or whatever the game is on Facebook, don't let that be your face of your brand. Okay, get you somebody. Some companies use brand ambassadors for that reason. They don't want to be the face of their brand. But if you don't want to be the face of your brand and your brand is not a business where you have to show up, get you somebody that can be the face of it. Okay. All right. Next thing. I want you to think about, are you understanding your ideal client? Do you know what they're paying? Do you know what their pain points are? Have you sat down to ask them what is resonating with them? If you have not, maybe there's something that you should definitely consider, because that can be your content. That can be your stories. That can be something, a poll that you can put up, and you can start asking people, hey, how can I help you better? What can I do to serve you? They'll tell you. And 9 times out of 10, the people that actually answer you, you can send an email. You ain't even got to put it out there. Send an email and ask them, how can I serve you better? When you start to do that, people have a different appreciation for you, because now they feel like, oh my gosh, like they care about me. I have companies to ask me, because first of all, I don't know if they seen my history down to the Google store or not, but if I go somewhere there, I'm gonna leave a review. I'm just a review girl. And I feel like if I have an experience and it's amazing, I'm gonna have a conversation with the people in the Google comments about it. Now, on the other hand, I've had horrible experiences and I tried to work it out with the business owner or the company. And if it's a big company, 9 times out of 10, they're going to have somebody, manning the comments. But are they really giving you value, or are they saying, oh, I'm sorry this happened to you, and they never reach out to you to try to fix it? That's a problem. That's a flow issue that they're having in their business, where if people are having a hard time doing, we are already at an hour. I'm going to keep on going. If they're having a problem getting information back to the appropriate source and fixing it, because your people, your business, you can only do so much, right? Everybody's not seeing your Facebook ads. I know. because I run Facebook ads and half of you guys don't even see them. And guess what? Some of you guys are my target audience. You have to realize that sometimes people that do business with you are your walking billboards. They are. And if you are not helping to serve them efficiently and effectively, that's going to start showing your bottom line. There's a big brand right now, and I'm not giving them no shout out because they don't deserve no clout over here in front of me and these 3 people that's watching right now. Because guess what? I don't care if it's 3 or 300,000. I'm going to give the same appreciation for y'all that showed up, because I appreciate y'all for coming in here, sitting with me and having a good time. But these people are your walking billboards. And I can't remember if it was a hairstylist or, yeah, it was one of my hairstylists. Jeff, you know who I'm talking about. The hairstylist that I had when I lived in Mississippi, and the day you told me my hair was gorgeous, I still keep it. Like, I feel like every time my hair gorgeous. But anyway, it was that hairstylist. Yes, it was that hairstylist that he will be in the mist. Yes, he is. That hairstylist told me something that I have stuck with this entire time. And that was, you are my walking billboard. If you don't look good, I don't look good. And so when she said that, that was like, girl, you're right. You do my hair. But when I go out, I'm representing you. And so that kind of shifted. And I wasn't even a business owner then. I was still working at the resort in Mississippi. And I just remember something shifted in my mindset that day. And so I had to think about that now that I am a CEO of my own business, multiple businesses, that when people do business with me, they're my walking billboards. So if I'm jacking up stuff with them, you think they finna send somebody over here to deal with me? They gonna like my stuff on social media, but they ain't sending no clients. They ain't sharing nothing. They ain't telling nobody about me. If I'm messing up with them, why would they? So I tell people all the time, you got a problem with me, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. Let me fix it. Because that's where you taking accountability comes in. I'm not going to always get it right. And that's okay. Just give me grace enough to fix it. I am not above loving correction. I'm not. But my issue when I dealt with this company, and mind you, this is $1 billion industry. They messed up royally with me. And I spend a lot of money when I travel. A lot of money. Because I just can't stay anywhere. I don't lay my head anywhere. I'm not finna go nowhere that I'm not gonna feel comfortable. I'm not fixing to go anywhere or take my clients anywhere where they're not gonna feel safe. So for me, being able to do business with this company and know that they didn't respect my views or my opinion, I had to go ahead and hit them up in the comments on Google. Because you don't value me as a customer. Well, I got to let the people know you don't value nobody. Just like when my husband, I'll go back to even when my husband got his car is black. And I don't know if I know all of them are not like this, but most of the, first of all, it's too hot to be hand washing the car here in Arizona. So we have a lot of car washes. He took his car through that car wash. And when I tell you that car wash had 1 million scratches on this brand new car immediately. He went in there and tried to talk to the people. My husband he's so kind and he's so patient and he's so loving and he's so soft-spoken. Me, on the other hand, I'm a business owner, but I'm not going to play up with you about something we got to pay for because this money coming out of my household to pay for this. This is a problem and you're not acknowledging it. And you are saying, oh, this is not our problem. Okay, well, let me talk to somebody that can handle it. He handled it his way. I handled it my way. When I called, they was like, oh, we don't deal with that. Okay. All right. Cool. You know where I went? Google. Because as a business owner, you are supposed to fix problems. It's not always going to be easy. You have to put yourself in a position where if a person has a problem, they feel comfortable coming to you. Don't just be approachable enough to take their money, but be that person when they need you to come in and fix something, to say, hey, I had an issue with XYZ. Can you help me to fix this? And they come with a solution. It may not be what you want, but if they're offering something, that should go a long way. That's all I'm saying. When you understand your client and you understand their needs and their desires, not saying you got to be over here bending over backwards, just outdoing yourself and spending all this money and all this time trying to pacify these people that don't care and don't give a hill of dried up beans about you or your brand. I'm not saying that, but people that truly value you, they're going to come to you and say, hey, you got this wrong. Can we work on this? Can we fix this before they go public? Because it only takes one person to ruin your business. One. I don't care if you got 1,000 great reviews out there. And we have seen this. Go to TikTok. The little dude that owned Crocs, he said the N-word. And guess what? He has been canceled. Think about it. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. If they can't like you, if they don't like you and they don't know you, they definitely not going to trust you. Give people a difference. We are tired of bad experiences when you're trying to do business with people. Sit down and think about your process from beginning to end. How can you help these people the best? If you need to tweak some things, change some things, maybe you have evolved and you don't even want to deal with this particular type of client anymore. That's okay. Just get to a point that you're serving with joy and gladness, because it's going to come back 100-fold. Then you don't have to chase money, because the money will chase you. I'm telling y'all, this is a true story. When you get to the point where you're doing what you're supposed to do, the opportunities will find you. You don't have to go looking for them. They will come to you. I've had so many opportunities since I left them people over there, and I'm definitely not going to give them no shout out. Love y'all. I appreciate y'all for all y'all done in my life. But it was time for me to move on. I knew it was time for me to move on, because when it gets to a point where I don't like being around it, done. We're done. Y'all ain't finna stress me out. Nope. I didn't beat counsel to come over here and be stressed out. I just didn't. I do not believe that God will put me in a position to be stressed like that for something he didn't even tell me to walk in. I was just holding on to it for a crutch. I didn't even need it. I literally quit that job and booked 3 clients immediately. God is just so good. That's all I can say. More to come. More to come. Okay, so I have an exercise for you. Of course, you guys knew I was going to come in here with the teaching. Write down 3 characteristics of your ideal client. I ain't talking about somebody that can pay you. I'm talking about somebody you really, really, really love to see coming. Because some people you don't really like seeing them coming. You just deal with them because they pay you. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the ones you want to do business with. The ones that you, oh my gosh, if I could have 1,000 of these clients like her or like him or like them. Because some people, they function better with a group. Like, I got a whole pastor in here. He speaks one. He's one too many. So he has to figure out how to appease his congregation. I have a love coach. Like, she has to figure out how to make these women stop making bad decisions so they can find love. And these men too, because they've been cutting up too. You know? Who are your people? What are they? What resonates with them? What are they facing right now? What issue can you help them to solve right now? If you had to come up with something and they say, you know what? I got $100 million for you right now. If you can solve this problem, what is that? That's the best way to think about it. Sometimes I hate having to put money on it, but sometimes you got to put a little coin on it to, like, put yourself in perspective of how you could literally think outside the box to change their lives. Next, crafting a message that resonates. One, if you have done the groundwork and you have done your homework, you already know who your ideal client is. The next step is to create a message that really resonates with them. Like, I had to do some shifting in my business as well. I love luxury. I do. I love glamour. I love beauty and all of that stuff. But my life is better served towards business owners now, professionals, entrepreneurs, CEOs. . 's. That's what works better for me now, right? So, I had to create a message that resonates with them. Like, I had to do some shifting in my business as well. I love luxury. I do. I love glamour. I love beauty and all of that stuff. But my life is better served towards business owners now, professionals, entrepreneurs, CEOs. That's what works better for me now, right? I know that I needed to speak their language in order to communicate with them, to connect with them. Not only that, I had to start showing images that people saw themselves in my brand. Can people see themselves in your brand? If they can't, then they're going to bypass you, because you know why? You're going to get overlooked because you're not talking to them. You're not talking to them. So, when you're thinking about speaking to them directly, what does that look like? Are you inboxing them? Are you putting it on a social media post? Are you putting it in your stories? Are you creating a video? Are you doing a reel? What does that look like? So here's a little template that I came up with. I help XYZ solve XYZ so they can insert the desired outcome that you want them to achieve. Because when you create this type of messaging, it connects immediately, because people know that you're direct, you're clear, and you're focused on the transformation that you want them to experience. And now, guess what? They checking for you. I don't know where all of the photographers came from that are on my list now, but clearly I'm speaking their language. I said I was looking for a videographer, and I still have photographers that are following me. And I'm talking about they came in droves. I probably had like 1,000 photographers in the last maybe 2 months to follow me just on Instagram alone. So clearly I'm speaking their language, but they're not my target audience. They just see more of what they want or what they need to see in their brand. They see it in mine. I'll be your guide, but I'm not talking to photographers. My business is not, I'll photograph you all day long, but I'm not talking to y'all. I'm not. Not that I feel like you're my competition, because you're not. I look at it like this. The only competition I have is the Angelia that was yesterday. And if you don't start looking at your business and your life like that, you're going to start letting yourself get drowned in what they're putting on social media and how they're making you feel about how they're doing business. And I just don't think God created you to be worried about what somebody else doing. Do you think the antelopes are worried about what the tiger's doing? They not. They don't care. They don't. They really don't. So just think about focus on the transformation, not just the process. The process is a big part, but what is the transformation that you want your people to see? Talk more about that. All right, I have a few more things I want to share with you guys, and then we're going to wrap up. Actually, this is the last part. So, tools for standing out in a saturated market. And shout out to y'all for hanging out with me. And we a little bit over an hour, but it's okay, because I feel like the Lord had to tell me to talk to y'all tonight. Okay, different strategies. In a saturated market, standing out is critical. Focus on personalization. What are your value adds? Like, how are you adding value to them? Having a signature offer that literally sets you apart from whoever else that's trying to be your competition, because you ain't got no competition, but they trying to be your competition. How can you stand out from them? This might be something extra, like if you are a service-based business, what can you do different? I know, for instance, like Cassandra, she literally goes the extra mile. And I'm not just shouting out because she's my friend, but my friend actually creates a personal handwritten note. When you order from her, you get a handwritten note thanking you for your business. I have ordered from a lot of people, and they ain't giving me no note. They're not. They don't kill like that. But it was that little touch that I got when I got my first t-shirt from her that said, oh my gosh, she really cares about. And it was, when I say it was cute, I still got it. It's one of those things that you kind of hang on to because it makes you feel special. That's the way your clients want to feel. So when my clients come to me, like, I'm always doing something extra. Like, I don't share everything on social media. I had one coach was like, oh, you need to share your. No, I don't. You share your process. I'm going to do it my way. I'm not sharing everything I do online. I just told y'all I got 1 million photographers. I got 1 million photographers following me. I have had people in the last 2 months to literally steal something that is very close and near and dear to my brand. Do you think I'm finna go out here telling people what I do behind the scenes? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Book me and then you'll see. So I just feel like doing something personal, it'll add a unique touch, a unique value that nobody else is doing. So you guys know I built my brand on luxury and giving people something more. What did I tell you our niche today? I want to give more of an experience. I have had photography sessions with people, and I didn't have a good experience. I did. And I try to always give back. I try to put money in other people's pocket. If y'all can see the amount of cameras and stuff that I have for myself and my own brand for my clients, I don't need nobody doing my pictures. I can do it myself. But I choose to give back to my community. I choose to support other people that are trying to build their brands and their businesses. So if I can help you, I'm going to help you. But if you are here giving trash service, I'm not coming back. Don't ask, because I'm not. No, seriously, like it's important. Experience is everything to me. And so when I am giving an experience to somebody, it has to be, I literally just said this. I have to show people that everybody ain't giving trash service out here. Everybody ain't making you look a mess on camera. Everybody ain't ill preparing you for your experience. When a person shows up on my calendar and we have a consultation, the clock starts then. I start looking at everything about you, your business, your brand, who you do business with, who are you talking to, how you show up in the world. Because I don't want you out here looking like, oh my gosh, you know, I just got my brand elevated with Angelia, and then we see you at a networking event and you got on a sundress and some flip-flops. We got to change everything. It comes full circle. Because the way you show up at networking events, that's the way people judge you. Because you know, first impressions do matter. I had a networking event a couple months ago. I need to post some clips of that. But I remember having this conversation and I was telling people, hey, you have to show up a certain way. And what this person told me was that not in Arizona. It's too hot to be dressing up in Arizona. Huh? We got air in the building and you have air in the car. You may be hot for 5 seconds, but you showing up looking like we going to the family reunion on Saturday and you want to work with me? Have you seen my brand? Have you seen the people, right? Because first of all, we've been in the inferno in Arizona for quite some time. But you ain't finna see me out here looking a mess. When I go take Cody for a walk in the morning at 5:30 a.m., because y'all know that Cody don't let me sleep past 5. I'm a whole CEO and he run my morning. Whatever. Come get your nephew. I still go out looking like somebody. When I go to networking events, I go out looking like somebody. When I'm going down to Target, I'm going to look like somebody. So I just feel like you have to show up for the job you want, whether it's collaborating with somebody or whether it's showing up for your photo shoot. Shout out to our niches because that part, because I keep a neck fan because it's hot over here. When we did our niches brand shoot, and not to take from anybody else, I'm just shouting her out because she in here. When I tell you she showed up with all the things, she had her accessories. She had stuff from my behind the scenes. And if you looked at my Elevate Your Brand Tour video, those are her things on the table that we showed. That part. One of them clips I showed of our niches stuff. And she was prepared. I didn't have to say, oh, our niches, it's time for a wardrobe change. She was already ready because when we got on the phone and she told me, she was like, Angelia, I want to do this, but I'm a little nervous. And I'm like, it's okay. Like you were the pro now. Like I'm going to walk you through everything. Like when I tell you I'm not just a brand strategist and I'm not saying it because that's cute on social media, but I'm going to help you to take it up a few notches. Because if this is what you're trying to do, This is what we're going to do, but I need you to be serious about it too. Don't come over here wasting my time. I take my clients through a transformation, and they know when people shoot with me, they don't want to shoot with nobody else, because the service after you come here to me, if you go to somebody else that's not doing it, it's gonna be subpar. Yeah, you might spend $400 or $500, but what was your experience like? Did they care to fix the stray hairs that you had in your face? Did they care that you had red veins in your eyes? Did they get that out? I could go on, but I'm not, because you guys know me. I literally had 3 people. Y'all didn't even know this. I bring people into an experience with me, right? So when they come in, I don't want you feeling pressure. And I work well under pressure. Let me tell you something. I think I've done my best work under pressure. I had 3 people in the studio that day. And even though on the outside, it could have been seen as chaotic, but if you go look at anybody that I photographed that day, it does not look like that. I pulled it together. I kept my cool, because that's the way I roll. And so you have to be ready to move with ebbs and flows in business. So if you are letting the little things throw you off your rocker, everything is going to throw you off your rocker. Not saying you're not going to have moments where you like, oh my God, let me call my girlfriend because I got to get this off my chest. That Arnitras and Cassandra and that Terry, we had conversations, and Tiffany too. But I'm very mindful about the stuff that I say, because your words have power. So you cannot share everything that you are thinking. Sometimes you just got to go to God in prayer and talk to the Lord about it. But bringing people into your business, into your life, and showing them how you can be a source for them and make them feel comfortable, that's my strong suit. Like I have a nurturing spirit. So when Arnitra showed up and she was like, Angelia, I am so nervous. I said, what's wrong with you? And she's like, I'm nervous. I'm like, girl, cut it out. I got you. And from that moment on, like, we was cool. Like, she got her makeup done. She already knew how she wanted her hair, because we had already had a conversation about that. So it wasn't a situation where she was nervous about what the makeup artist or the hairstylist was going to do to her hair, because we had already had a conversation. She was going to do her hair. Okay, cool. She got her makeup done. And when it was go time, she was ready. She was ready. And so dealing with her and dealing with certain people that I have done photo shoots with, like Tanika was great. Terry was good. She was really good. But I just feel like when you work with certain people, it brings out the best in you. And that's what you want to have. That's what you want to portray. And so with that being said, it's time to think about this. I have a little pro tip, and then we're going to get to wrapping it up. If you want to stand out, you need to provide an experience that no one else is offering. Think about what you can do to take your experience, your service to the next level. And it doesn't have to be a whole lot of money. It can be something as simple as a handwritten card, or it can be as something as a text or an email that say, hey, I'm thinking about you. How are you doing? I know you was going through XYZ, or I seen your baby graduated. Let me go ahead and send you a gift card. Little things like that. You know what I mean? So figure out how you can be different. All right. Now, with that said, you have a great understanding of how to position your brand from overlooked to in demand. I want to introduce you guys to something, and I knew that I was going to share this. Didn't know if I wanted to. Yes, it does. Didn't know if I wanted to share it today, but I'm glad that I did, because I feel like it's fitting for where I'm going, for what we're doing, and for my audience going forward. Excuse me. I want you to stand to your feet. No, I'm just playing. I want to introduce you to the Brand Brilliance Blueprint. Nobody has heard about this but a few people, and they have been zip-lipped about it. But the Brand Brilliance Blueprint, it's the exact roadmap that I use with my clients to elevate their brands and to get them seen by the right audience. BBB. So it helps them to get in front of the right people. It's more than just a strategy. It's a clear step-by-step plan that is not a cookie cutter. It is tailored to you, your business, and your brand, because I can't give the same thing to Jeff that I would give to Arnitra. So I can't give the same thing to Arnitra that I would give to Cassandra, and vice versa, right? I have to be able to show these clients of mine that this is what you should be doing. So what's included? I'm glad you asked. So we have a personalized consultation, because got to have that. I'm going to work with you. We're going to clarify your brand messaging. I'm going to develop a strategic plan just for you. You know what else you're going to get? This going to knock your socks off. You're going to get a mini branding session, because ain't nobody doing it. With this mini branding session, you're going to get updated headshots. You're going to get a few lifestyle images. You're going to get what you need to put yourself in the position to be ready to get the clients you want to do business with, so you can get the Elevate Your Brand, or you can get the brand refresh package. For those of you that have not heard about the brand refresh, it's a mini version of the Elevate Your Brand. It's half the price, and it might or might not be offered on the tour. I don't know. Just depends. If I have more than 2 people to book it, I might offer it. But for right now, it's Elevate Your Brand too. But for this one, it's a mini branding session. And so I know everybody can't afford to spend $7,000 with me right now. And that's okay, because I got something for you too. But this, along with your content for the next 30 days. So to get yourself in position to make the money that you need to make, so you can continue to invest in your brand, so you can continue to, take your kids on them vacations that you want to take them on. That's what this is. This is me. This is not just like, oh, Angelia, let's have a pick your brain session. No, it's not that. This is a tailored approach for you. So if you are interested in the brand elevation situation called the Brand Brilliant Blueprint, I need you to see me after class. It ain't even $1,000. Get that. I can't believe I just said it ain't $1,000. My session fee is typically $890 just to get on my books. And that's because if you have to invest, then you pay attention. What did our good friend, our good brother, John Lee tell us? People that don't pay attention. So with that being said, how much is it, Angelia? Drum roll, please. It is $997. I don't want to hear you saying you ain't got it, because you can do Afterpay and split it up into 4 payments. I'm not begging you to work with me. I'm giving you an opportunity. For the people that know it's for them, it's for them. Now, what should it be? $3,000. Because I'm going to leave it all on the table for you. I know, I just looked twice too, girl. It's $997. But here's the thing. That price is not going to last. This is through Monday. And that's only because I'm feeling generous, because I'm getting ready to go on this tour. And I want to be able to help the people that can't necessarily reach that $3,000 or can't necessarily reach that $7,000 tax thing, or balance, but they are ready to invest and they need something right now, because some people just need something right now. And if you are that person that needs something right now, I don't think the $1,000 is going to hurt you at all. Now, let me just say this. I'm not coming to you for no $1,000. You have to come to Arizona. You just have to. Unless you meet me on the tour, like I said, then you're going to have to buy either the Elevate Your Brand or the brand refresh. Now, the brand refresh, like I said, it is half the price of the Elevate Your Brand. The Elevate Your Brand is no longer $5,000. It's $7,500, because you know what it includes? Everything. It includes content. It includes you being a preferred vendor for me. It includes all of the images you need for at least 6 months. Oh, and let me just say this too. You guys should be updating your images every 6 months. You want to know how I know? When I go and do a branding shoot, and I put a lot of stuff out. So if you are constantly showing up on people's feed, you know what? They sick of looking at them pictures, because I'm sick of looking at mine. I'm going probably tomorrow or Saturday after we do our class on Saturday. And I'm going to update my own branding, because that's what I can do. I got all the stuff I need to do my own. And I'm gonna do it the right way. It's not gonna be looking a hot mess. But get to a place where you can invest in your brand. And I'm not saying that because I want your money. Because let me tell you something. It ain't about the money with me. I have gave people their money back, and I don't even do refunds. If I felt that you are not a good fit, I'm not even gonna take your money. I don't want to do business with you. I wish you well on your journey. I'll even give you a referral for somebody else, because I don't want people coming to my life stressing my life out. I don't deserve that, and you don't either. So with that being said, because of all of you being here tonight, I have a little extra special bonus for you. I'm going to do a follow-up strategy. So those that are truly interested in the Brand Brilliance Blueprint, let me go ahead and drop the link for those of you that want it. If you don't want it, move on. It's fine. I'm not going to cry about it. But when you're ready to come back, no hard feelings. Let me go and give y'all my link. Listen at your nephew. He's so disrespectful while I'm on live. So let me see here. I'm gonna give you, and Cassandra, I'm gonna need you and our niches not to say nothing. You understand? Either one of y'all, don't say nothing. I'm gonna give you my free link, and I don't give my free link out, but I'm gonna give you guys my free link to book a call. Now you're gonna get the coffee chat call, because you're not gonna be on here wasting my time, and you're not gonna come over here and tell me your life story. But what you are going to do is come over here and let me help you to get your brand and your business on the same page. Yeah, Cody ready to go outside, but it's 100 degrees over here. He ain't going. So here is my link. For those of you that are interested, go ahead and click the link and schedule a call with me so we can get you together. Now, if I am already in your city, like I said, I will honor the brand refresh, which is $3,000. You're not going to get, right, you're not going to get everything that comes in the Elevate Your Brand unless you purchase the Elevate Your Brand, because it's not fair for me to give that to people who have paid for me to show up, and you come over here and you nickel and dime. Don't do that to people. That's not nice. Okay. But I'm only taking a few people because this offer is crazy, and I don't even know why I priced it like this, but whatever. I'm going to go ahead and let the Lord lead me, because I prayed about this tonight before I came in here. So I'm only taking a few people. And when I say a few, I mean a few. So you better be ready to sign up. When you get on my calendar, if you do not have this $997, we getting off the phone. I'm going to love you, but I'm going to give you the gift of goodbye. You're not finna waste my time. So if you don't have it, please don't waste my time. If you can't get approved for Afterpay, please don't waste my time. If you just want to have a conversation with me, meet me down. Yes. Meet me down to the Facebook comments if you just want to have a conversation. I don't waste my time on my calendar, because this is where people come in here to pay me. So if you are coming in to just have a conversation, this ain't that. But if you are ready to do business and you want me to help you, I will help you at this limited cost. But let me tell you something. Monday, this goes away. Don't come over here Monday evening to my Angelia. I really want it, but I didn't get my paycheck yet. Put it on Afterpay. Show me you serious. I don't want to deal with nobody that's not serious, and I'm not playing. I say this with everything in me. We have got to stop wasting other people's time. If you don't want it, don't even click my link. Because y'all know I got analytics for everything, and I'm going to see who clicked that link. And I'm going to see how many times it was clicked, because that's just who I am. But do not click that link if you're not serious, and do not waste my time if you are not serious about committing to yourself first and then your brand. Don't worry about me. Commit to yourself first. Okay? All right. Little rant over. So, like I said, I'm only taking a few people. This is your opportunity to increase your visibility professionally, not with AI. It is your opportunity to become the go-to choice and show up as the professional you are. Because like I said on my other live, if you are not willing to invest in yourself, why should I spend money with you? Or why should anybody spend money with you? Because you're not even investing in you. Why should I do it? That don't make sense. People invest with people that they see are serious about their brand and business. Y'all think Chick-fil-A got rich because they didn't invest in themselves? No. They ain't pulling up giving you no chicken out the car unless you order Uber Eats or DoorDash or Grubhub. They got a whole establishment over there. And the new one over here by me, they got everything in there. They invested. You have to do the same. I ain't telling you to invest millions, but you need to get to a point where you can be able to invest millions into your brand because you're trying to grow and scale. Nobody wants to stay stagnant. Because if you're going to do that, like, just go be somebody's employee. All right? So I'm going to open up the floor for questions. If anybody has questions, let me know right now in the comments, and I'm going to hold it open for probably another 2 minutes, because if you have questions, it's already burning on your fingertips and in your mind, and you're ready to ask me. On the other side, if you do not have questions and you are already ready to commit and to invest in yourself, I'll see you on our call. And other than that, we are going to bid you an adieu and get out of here, because normally I don't go this long on a call, but I felt led to. And if I'm giving you this opportunity, you better hop on it, because Angelia don't be handing out no opportunities like that. I don't. I really don't. I don't go that low because it takes a lot to do what I do. That photo session also includes makeup. It does not include hair. It does not include hair. It includes makeup. It includes your style consultation. It includes all the things, but it does not include hair, okay? Do not come over here talking about install this wig, because the answer is going to be taken back. Return to Amazon or TikTok or wherever you got your wig from. We're not installing no wigs. We're not installing weaves or anything like that. But if you come with your foundation together, we're going to get that face beauty. We're going to take care of that. And I'm not going to have you out here looking a mess. I'm going to walk you through the entire process, and I'm going to help you to create a image of yourself that you absolutely love. Something that is so good, you can put it on the wall. Yes, Amazon delivers the wigs too, child. I can't neither. But no, seriously, like, I am so honored to be here with you guys. I'm so honored that you guys chose to spend this hour and 36 minutes with me. I am so grateful. Even if you just had me on in the background, I appreciate you guys for coming in, sitting with me, having a good conversation. Let me talk about the Lord and not tune it off, because, you know, some people don't want to hear you talk about the Lord, but it don't even matter, because I'm going to talk about the Lord everywhere I go. Okay? All right, so we have ran the 2 minutes up. I appreciate you guys so very much. If you are interested, click the link. If you're not, see you down to the Facebook streets or the LinkedIn or the Instagram or the YouTube or wherever you meet me at. I pray that God continues to keep a loving hedge of protection around each and every one of you. I pray that everything you touch is blessed. Everybody you connected to is blessed. And I pray that you and your businesses are prosperous and profitable. And I don't want you to just be busy. Be busy getting paid. Okay? All right. Love y'all. Have a good night. Now I'm finna go eat my chicken piccata that I made while I was waiting on y'all to get in here. All right. Bye.